Okay, sir. Fine.
Yeah, okay,
So,
okay,
how are
fine.
you?
That's a good question. No, we are having very worst days here. No, very hot, sunny days. We are crying every day, in fact. But what to do? Going well till now. How is the weather there?
Say rainy.
Rainy.
Yes, sir.
We are praying for rains, Not praying. No, we are requesting God. God, try to
But
see us like,
yesterday ice was also falling.
huh? You are so lucky enough, I guess. Anyway, so chalo. So tell me one thing in Bengali today. Hmm, I will talk to one student today. Kaushal,
Yes, sir.
how are you, Kaushal?
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Kaushal, what's your curry?
Not yet met, sir.
Not in the lunchtime.
Oh, dal and egg, sir.
Oh, you ate very typical Indian food. Tell me one.
Yes, sir.
Someone can tell me any Bengali food.
Uh, Macher jhol. It is
You
very
ate today.
famous.
You ate today that food.
No, sir. No.
What is it called? What do you call?
Macher jhol. I mean, fish curry.
Macha.
Macher. Macher. Macher jhol.
Machar chon.
Jhol, sir. Jhol.
Sorry, if that is a bad word. Okay.
Okay.
So machar jhol is it a food, right? Fish curry, right?
Yeah.
Is it tasty?
Yes, sir. Very
Ah,
tasty.
I think you are feeling the temptations I get. You are saying
Exactly, sir.
nice, nice. Who can cook that in your home? Mom, right?
Uh, yes, sir. Mom can cook that, but uh, I can also cook that. Actually, I stay in flat with my some roommates, so I
Uh,
can cook.
Great. That's great. In fact, fine. So what else you can like? What is the other food which is famous apart from this machar chore, machar jol? Sorry,
Okay. Apart from this, uh, egg curry is also famous, quite
egg curry
famous.
to
Sir,
egg
no,
curry to
sir,
Yeah,
India.
no. He's
chicken.
wrong. Sir, kosher mangsho.
Now
Yeah,
our
kosher mangso.
now our
It's
Divik.
chicken.
Oh, that is chicken, right?
No, it's mutton. Kosher mangsho is
Oh,
mutton. It's
sorry,
mutton
sorry,
curry.
sir.
Kosa mansho.
Yes, sir.
Do one thing. You just send me the recipe preparation, okay, in English or in Hindi, so that we can also learn it. You know,
Definitely, sir. I'll send you.
because I am a foodie basically. I used to eat different food. So
Sir,
trying to
I'll send you the authentic one. I'll send you.
authentic one means not yours, right?
Yes, sir. It's done traditionally in that way. I don't cook at home, so I won't be able to send my video.
Okay, then thank you so much. So fine then. So we will start the class today. I guess it took a lot of time. Serious students are thinking how when he will start the class. So don't worry about it. I will start now itself. Fine. As we continue the current issues, so we'll work out on it. Just a second. Okay. The first issue is issue regarding Supreme Court observations. That is, don't create fear. Court cautions ED. Generally, this ED was in news from last 1 year. If I'm not wrong, from the month of June 2022, ED is in news. So, for a student who is preparing for civil service examination, first This article comes under General Studies Paper 2, Institutions and Governance Part 2. This article could be covered in GS questions like how institutions are misused or concerns over institutional working or mechanism like that. There can be some kind of rough question, which is a narrow question in fact. But for prelims point of view, one should aware about what are the major dimensions of this ED. I mean to say, what are the major aspects one should remember with respect to ED? First and foremost, we will try to understand under which department ED was right now placed. Two, we will also try to understand how ED will work in the sense who are the officials in it. Then we will try to understand what kind of laws it will enforce. Last but not least, for non-UPSC exam point of view, we will try to understand who is the director of Enforcement Directorate. So, Enforcement Directorate is a multidisciplinary organization which will deals with money laundering. अब ये याद करना जरूरी है what is money laundering is about. In a single statement, I can tell you conversion of illegal money to legal money. आपको याद है ना हमारे साउथ इंडिया पर एक फिल्म था उसका नाम शिवाजी द बॉस. Hope you know that. Rajinikanth was the hero. If you are aware about it, please say yes. If you are not aware about it,
Yes.
please say
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
so. You people are aware about it, right? Oh, that's great. In fact, so in Shivaji the Boss movie, what he will do? He will try to convert the illegally earned money to the legally earned money. So he will first of all collect the black money and he will ask his friends to convert this to the legal money by sending as a donations. So this is how you have to think about money laundering. In money laundering, three important steps will be there. Step number one is placement. Step number two is layering. Step number three is integration. याद करना है placement, layering, integration. I'm talking about money laundering, my dear friends. Do focus here. So, in the Shivaji the Boss movie, he will collect all the black money from the people who are not paying taxes. Then he will try to convert into USA money and then he will ask his friends to send the same money to his account as a legal money. This is a typical example for placement, layering, and integration. Maybe you may not understand with that example. Let me give one more example. So, first of all, what is the black money? So, it is an illegal earned money. In other words, the money which you are earning without paying taxes. The money which you are earning illegally comes under black money. Of course, there is one more thing, that is you are not paying taxes. The money which you are not paying taxes also comes under black money. Now try to understand, my dear friends. This one, placement, layering, integration, is a very typical one to understand because placement, layering, integration will leads to creation of black money. Now, ED will deals with that black money. First of all, it will deals with the money laundering, that illegal transactions it will deal. Next one, it will deals with these acts, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Next, FEMA. Next, Figure 2 of Economic Offences Act 2018. I will take your time to discuss each and every act because each and every act was in news. Irrespective of FEMA, PMLA is in news and Figure 2 Economic Offences also is in news. So I just want to add some basic information with respect to these two important acts. In fact, three also. So first and foremost, before going to understand these articles, try to get a clarity over this ED again. So ED will works under Ministry of Finance. under Department of Revenue. ED works under Ministry of Finance and Department of Revenue. And this ED will try to, this ED will try to work out on one of the important issue, that is money laundering issues. 2. What work they will do. So as I told you, they will try to cover these 3 laws. What are the laws? The laws are Prevention of Money Laundering Act, Prevention of Money Laundering Act, Foreign Exchange Management Act, Foreign Exchange Management Act, Fugitive Economic Offenders Act. Don't worry, I will give you each and every act and its objectives concisely. Just focus here. So next, one thing I want to confirm to you that is the ED rightly, that is the currently ED director, the ED director is Sanjay Kumar Misra IRS. Sanjay Kumar Misra IRS. Sanjay Kumar Misra IRS. Okay, that is the 3 important developments here. याद करना है इन चीजों को प्रीलिम्स की मुद्दा पर, और इसके बाद other UPSC exams point of view, you should remember Sanjay Kumar Misra. So who will work for them? IAS officers, IPS officer, even IRS officers also will try to involve in the investigation matters. So it is not only IRS or not only IAS or not only IPS. It includes mostly all 3 services here. Just have an idea. So from last 10 minutes, I am giving you a brief information regarding this Enforcement Directorate. And here is what I am trying to confirm to you, that this Enforcement Directorate is now currently working with 3 important aspects. Number 1, it comes under Ministry of Finance. Then it works under Department of Revenue. It has members of IAS, IPS, IRS, and it covers 3 important laws. The first one, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. What is the root of it? G7 countries in 1980s, stated money laundering is the biggest threat to any economy. So then we have a famous institution, in the sense a famous international organization called as FATF, Financial Action Task Force, established in 1987, working against money laundering. However, they added one more goal called as terrorist financing in the later years. Understood? So this is what I want to confirm to you. From the directions of FATF and G7, countries started to take their own actions, and that is Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So after dealing with the Enforcement Directorate, I am now explaining the functions of Directorate. The first function is Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Hope you are clear with this. The background of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act is G7 countries, which I think within 2 to 3 days, I think tomorrow or day tomorrow, we are going to start G7 countries. I will explain that also, but give me some time for that. So G7 countries advised countries to take action against money laundering. याद करना है money laundering. I just explained to you money laundering includes the transformation of illegally earned money to legally earned money by involving three important steps called as placement, layering, integration. So it will try to convert illegal money to legal money. So that is money laundering. So for then we have money laundering act here. So enforcement directorate will implement money laundering act. One important aspect I covered here. Second thing, that is foreign exchange management act. So foreign transactions, foreign payments will be covered under this act, and enforcement directorate will oversee these transactions. That is foreign exchange management act, which will try to see the foreign trade payments and forex exchanges and everything. They will try to manage this. Just have a overlook. Later, it got one more authority by this act called as Fugitive Economic Offenders Act 2018. The act is to counter the fugitives. You know who are fugitives? Doing some crimes and they will go to other countries. Nirav Modi, Vijay Malia, and Lalit Modi. So these are the people. And these fugitive offenders are those people who had created a problem, evaded taxes worth of money of 100 crores, no taxes, worth of 100 crores and left the country. So whoever defaulted 100 crores loans to financial institutes of India, whoever not paid 100 crores loans to India and not responding to the legal mechanism and this went to other countries, those people comes under Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill. Okay. So again, I'm repeating here, those whoever defaulted money of 100 crores or more and they should left the country and they are not responding to the legal mechanisms established in India, the rules established in India, then we can announce them as a fugitive offenders. Announce them as a fugitive offenders. That is the important one I can inform to you at this point of time. Okay. So do you have an idea here? So this is fugitive offenders bill. So in a single line, I want to add one by one. So economic enforcement directorate will have one director. We call him as Sanjay Mishra IRS. Then people, IAS officers, IPS officers, IRS officers involved here. It do certain functions. That is, it will oversee the enforcement of Prevention of Money Laundering Act. It will also see Foreign Exchange Management Act. It will also oversee enforcement of Figure 2 Economic Offenders Act 2018. In a nutshell, this will tackle money laundering, this will tackle foreign exchanges, and this will tackle Figure 2 economic offenders who defaulted 100 crores or more to Indian financial institute and escaped or left the country. Then it comes under Ministry of Finance and the Department of Railways. This is what I'm trying to convey from last 16 minutes. I will wait for 30 seconds. Just give me your doubts. If there is no doubt, I will go ahead with the next article. I guess no doubts.
No, sir.
Thank you then. I think Divi is not there. Arti? Yeah. Hope you're clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine, ma. So next, not very important for prelims point of view, but mains point of view, you should focus because article is, this kind of article is in news from last 1.5 years because this budget is also spoke about them. That is gig workers. So for our time being, I would like to tell you that these gig workers are those people, according to Niti Aayog report, those people who are involved in employment which is temporary and flexible, and their relation is not based on traditional employee worker, is not based on traditional employee or organization relations. So it is completely different one. So who are these people first of all? So they are the people who are doing temporary positions, independent workers on short-term engagements, just short-term engagements. So those who are involved in short-term employment, we can call them as a gig worker. So these are the gig workers which are right now expanding in different countries, even in India also. Well, what is the exact definition of gig workers? So we have n number of definitions, but I would like to tell you the definition given by Niti Aayog again. Those engaged, those engaged in work, those engaged in work outside the traditional employer employee arrangement. What do you mean by that? Employer employee arrangement means there will be one contract, there will be some social security, there will be some pension, PF, so on and so forth will be there. No, those kind of stuff is not available here in this particular format. Okay, so those people we can say, that is, these people we can say that gig workers. Okay, these people are considered to be gig workers. Just have an idea. Understood? So I just want to confirm to you that this the situation of gig workers according to Niti Aayog report, is 7.7 million people right now working, and it may reach to 23.5 million people by 2030 as per the Niti Aayog report. Within 7 years, it can see 23.5 million people. So you can see the drastic change here. 7.7 is the figure which was projected by Niti Aayog based on their calculations in 2022. But in the coming years, we are going to see that it is going to be 23.5 millions, which is not a small number, my dear friends. So from this background, I want to add one more information that countries started to take care measures about them. For example, European Union also drafting certain policies for the protection of these people. So we are now witnessing the rise in policies to support gig workers. In the same stand, Rajasthan became the first state in India which is now providing a social security for the gig workers. A welcome step, a welcome step. But I request every student who is writing mains or who are focusing on the mains content, you should have a notes based on these lines. One, definition of gig workers, write any one definition. Then challenges for the gig workers, solutions for the gig workers. Should maintain notes on these lines. And I also request you that you have to prepare these notes. Of course, in the time being, I will try to cover after prelims. Weekly, I will cover one or two main topics. Imagine two classes means two main topics, meaning we will have at least 8 topics in a month, which means very good number of topics. You know how I will cover the topics. So just give me some time, at least one more week. By next week, we will have a clarity over the issues. Okay. So if you are trying to make the notes, just try the notes and send it to me. I will tell you the suggestions for yourself. Okay. That is gig workers issue. Next is UPSC chairman. A new chairman is appointed here, Manoj Soni. This is important for non-UPSC exam. If you're preparing for West Bengal Public Service Commission exams, Group 3, Group 2 can be useful to you. But coming to Group 1 category jobs at the state level and even UPSC, one should have an idea about UPSC. Immediately, some people will say, I know what is UPSC mean for, so I am correct, I will get the job. You not even get Machilipatnam Bandar Laddu also. Okay. You should get an idea about what is that UPSC is about. Okay. Now, typical information I just want to dump because every textbook standard quality book considers this information. I just want to add. Someone is trying to make noise. You want to ask me anything? I can tell you. No one is making noise. RTG, check kar lena aap ek bar. Thank you. Okay. So, hope my screen is visible to you, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, first of all, why UPSC? I'm not talking about your goal, okay? I'm talking about why UPSC body is about. So, I just want to give you the information which was, uh, you know, happened in the British Empire, in the sense the British rule in India. So, Britishers, after after defeating the local Nawabs in 1757 and 1765, they tried to understand India from a different point of view. In fact, before that itself, there are travelers. For example, Akbar had a traveler person. I mean, not a traveler, in fact, Jesuit father. Okay, so Jesuit father. He wrote about the travels in Mughal period. Tavarni is one person. So you find that several people wrote about India, but we don't have any fair idea about them. In fact, there is very difficult to understand India. So then we know very well that Warren Hastings became the first Governor General of Bengal, and he created a position called as collector to collect the revenue in the local places. But you have to thanks to Cornwallis. So because this person changed the definition of collector at that time. So this Cornwallis worked like anything, and Cornwallis brought several changes to the collector position. And these collectors became a role models later. They became like most celebrated people in India. In my point of view, they are the most people who are glorified like anything. So then we found a new kind of uh, administration called as bureaucratic despotism, and these collectors started to project themselves as a leaders, as a saviors, and apart from that, these collectors also projected as a role models for even Indians also. So as I told you earlier, that is during Akbar time, medieval period time, we have Britishers, we have foreigners. For example, Father Montserrat, who visited Akbar office, and he gave detailed accounts of Akbar ruling. Tavarnir is a person who came during Shah Jahan period. They wrote about India only about their opinions. But these people, bureaucrats, they tried to change India. Let me take one example. You take this example of William Bentinck. William Bentinck, he started to work out. He brought some changes, very well. I'm not going to repeat them. Later, this civil services, these ISCS officers, in fact, became very much prominent, and even Indian demanded for the civil service examination, for their role in civil service examination. You should thanks to Macaulay. You should thanks to Macaulay, and this Macaulay also helped Indian civil services formation. And later we have slowly and gradually civil services became a most important one in India. Now, I just want to add one information here. Within the Constitution Assembly, there were debates about civil services. And one person, that is Sardar Patel, stood with the civil services, and he demanded even civil services should be continue in India, because these people works with the reality grounds, and these people also very charismatic in their attitude. Now, Constitution Assembly outrightly supported Patel's argument. Even in part 14 of Indian Constitution, from Article 315 to 323, we have the chapter of Union Public Service Commission. Okay, so this is the background here. So you can see what are the things I mentioned. You can read it from every basic book of Constitution, but just have an idea here. So Public Service Commission was mentioned here, Article 315. So the background for us is at 1926. So 1926 we have Central Public Service Commission. So we have Public Service Commission, and in 1935 we have Federal Federal Civil Service Commission is also there. So this is Federal Service Commission. Federal Service Commission 1926. One of the important question asked in Madhya Pradesh Public Service Commission, some other exam. It was there. So in which year we have Public Service Commission established? Because we will read about only 1935. Only 1935 we will read about it. But the important thing is the first UPSC was established in 1926 with a different name called as Federal Public Service Commission. So Public Service Commission now called as UPSC. Public Service Commission now called as UPSC. Hope you are clear with the background. Now, again I want to repeat here, Britishers brought this, and the British ICS officers glorified like anything. In Andhra, in Anantapur region, there is a person called as Munro, Thomas Munro. We will read this name in Rayatwari system. But this person is called as Munro Swami. In Anantapur region, he is called as Munro Swami. You know why Munro Swami? Because he contributed much things to India in Anantapur region. He started to speak in English, Telugu, and he also acted a bridge. So he advised many people to learn Telugu. So that is how he worked like anything. So that is, I can tell you that people started to take them as a role model. That is one thing, right? So here is one more person there. So this person, I cannot remember the name of the people. So this person also, people who is speaking Telugu. So he used to write a number of books also. I cannot remember his name exactly. So C.P. Brown, yeah, C.P. Brown. He used to write Telugu books. So that is how they were a role model for Indians. Now coming to the point here, constitutional aspects of UPSC. Appointment of, the the title of UPSC was mentioned in Article 315. Appointment usually done by president here. Okay. Then removal of suspension is usually do on these grounds. I will tell you how suspension removal will be done. And 318 talks about regulation of service and maintenance. And then 319, most important MCQ point of view. Understand, a chairperson of UPSC doesn't have any more jobs in government. A member will have two options. He can become a chairperson or he can become the state chairperson. That's it. He doesn't come here. Even the State Public Service Commission chairperson has one more option, that he can become the UPSC chairperson. That's it. So like that, it can be there. But after reaching UPSC, there is no job for you in government services. It is end for you, in other words. Then Article 320 talks about State Public Service Commissions. Then we have Public Service Commission. Then expenses from the Consolidated Fund of India, meaning it is charged upon, no need for appropriation bill. Hope you know this information very carefully. What is appropriation bill? Appropriation bill is like a token for the money from drawing from the Consolidated Fund of India. आपको याद है ना Article 266 very carefully, that to remove money from the Consolidated Fund of India, we have to get approval from the Parliament through appropriation bill. So here such things are no needed. It is no need of any approval, but they can discuss about it. Then reports of Public Service Commission will goes to President. Okay. So here you can see appointment process by President. 6 years they will be thing, and 65 years they will continue. So a member can be reappointment to that particular office. Then we have President designation to it. Removal things removed by the President itself. So President can suspend on any member here. So what is the most important thing is on which grounds you can be removed. Number one, that is any paid employment. For example, as a UPSC chairperson, as a UPSC member, you cannot teach guest lectures in anywhere else. Okay, or else you cannot associate with any coaching center. That's the reason you will see ex-UPSC members will join with the IAS academies. Okay, because they don't get any public employment there. So then his infirmity, mind or body, and then in the opinion of the president, see, it is not in the opinion of the courts. It is the opinion of the president has to be taken. One thing is clear here. So this is how the powers, you can read rest of the things from the Lakshmikant. I already covered most important things. Just have an idea. So now that is UPSC and UPSC developments. I request you, those who are writing prelims, read about this the UPSC along with the other constitutional bodies. You will get better clarity and you will get a good revision there. Clear? Any doubts?
No, sir.
सुनो मेरी बात. So, yeah, yes.
सर आर्टिकल 315 अभी लास्ट वीक जो एग्जाम हुआ है यूपीपीसीएस का, तो उसमें ये आया है क्वेश्चन.
Yes. So, Aarti, I want to confirm to you. In reading polity, you should maintain a structure. Generally, you should not read like a person who is reading Ramayana. For Ramayana, you can start Sundara Kanda, you can start Ayodhya Kanda, you can start Kishkinda Kanda, whatever. It is okay. But polity, I can suggest to the students that read as structure. Take 2 days time, finish all the fundamental stuff. Take 1 day for fundamental rights, DPSPs, fundamental duties. Take one day for the union center chapters. Take 1 day for the constitutional bodies. Take 1 day for the non-constitutional bodies. If you read the entire Rashmikant once, divide like this and read. Don't read like a person who doesn't have any idea. Further, I can ask you, whenever you are having, see, this is the one article. Nothing is there in this article. If you read this article, it explains about the details of the officer. But revise entire UPSC. What's wrong with that? If you have a time in your plate, even read Election Commission of India, Read about CAG of India. Work out on it. How what will take you? It will take some hours. Okay, if you invest some hours now, it will reduce your time of revision. Okay, that is my advice, Aarti. But anyway, thank you so much for your valuable information. Thank you. Chalo. Next we have NHRC, and I think 2 week back also I told about NHRC. NHRC takes sumoto on the video of West Bengal girl which became viral. The same article which came in the newspaper I brought to your notice. Now, what is here to be important? The important thing is again background itself. In 1992, we have a meeting called as Paris Principle. Paris Principles. In these meetings, in Paris Principles, we have a direction given by United Nations that every country should have Human Rights Commission. Immediately in 1992, National Human Rights Commission Act was drafted. 1993, it was created. So this is a body which was created under statutory provisions. Till now, it is not constitutional. I don't know tomorrow what will happen. Okay, it is a non-constitutional body. Now, one information can be useful for our mains. You see here, that is social media abuse. This is called as child sex abuse materials. I generally request girls, particularly, don't share. I know you are very mature girls, but still, don't share your images to anyone else because we don't know how people will react. We don't know how people will change. So, situations will change the peoples. That entire Vali, in Ramayan, he is bad from the beginning. But before he death, he realized his mistakes. We don't know how they will react. So I want to confirm to you, never share anything to your friends. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't give any updates. After taking over of Twitter, Elon Musk is not updating his movements, what he is eating, what he is, where he is going, whether he is going to die, whether he is going to eat something. But see our people, I am not aware about West Bengal students in Andhra and Telangana regions, and even in the south students, particularly some girl students, I call them particularly as nibbies. These nibbies, what they will do, they will share everything. Hi friends, eating laddu friends. Hi friends, eating idli friends. Hi friends, drinking poison friends. Hi friends, going to hell friends. Hi friends, I am stupid friends. Like that they'll post. What is the use? Interestingly, people will give likes, comments, and they will share it in their status. No, all my
Snapchat is also there.
all my students used to block me. They will hide me. I cannot see their status because I will roast them in class. If I say something, I will roast like anything. That's the reason they will hide me. So I want to confirm to you, never do that because here is the thing I want to confirm here. 250 to 300% rise in the circulation of child sexual abuse materials. With respect to children, it is going heavily. Okay. So I want to confirm here. Amachuro, sorry. Sorry. Just a second, please. Just a second, my dear friends. Hey, I'm sorry. Where we are, I guess. Yeah. So there I want to confirm here. This is a content which can be useful. For example, hope my screen is visible to you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So in articles with respect to internal security, in articles with respect to essays, that is everything is not good in all the times. Let us say this is an essay. So everything is not good in all the times. It's a philosophical essay. It is a big thing we have to work out. So or else you can also use this. Social media is not good at all the times. Social media can be used to disrespect people. This is one example you can remember. So it's a value addition point you can remember. Where you will use it is time and in context, and your question will decide it. But still, it is useful point. Remember that. How you should remember? According to NHRC, 250 to 300% increase in circulation of child sex abuse material. I repeat again, according to MCRB, NHRC, 250 to 300% increase in the circulation of child sexual abuse material. That is one thing I can confirm. Number two, here you can see that NHRC issues notice to school. So what I want to confirm here is what is NHRC is about. So National Human Rights Commission consists of chairperson. So chairperson who is must Chief Justice of India, a retired person. Okay, so do remember that. So chairperson is Chief Justice of India. Chief Justice of India, but now it was changed. It was changed to second, that is Chief Justice of India or Judge of a Supreme Court will be the chairperson. This is one change in the recent bill. So I don't know whether you brought updated Lashmikant or not, but you should have idea about the recent change. Next one, it has two members from the people who are having knowledge and everything. Now it is three members. So three members will join from the human rights knowledge. Then it ex officio members, but it's by default. By default, will become the members. Here it includes Ministry of Minorities, Scheduled Caste, Scheduled Tribe, Ministry of Women's. My dear friends, in my last classes, I discussed about National Commission for Women also. Check your notes. Check your notes. Just to work out on it. Now, what is interesting is, apart from all these people, now we have child rights people also will join here. Okay, child rights people and Chief Commissioner for persons with disability also join here. So, most important point for MCQs. Then, previously they used to have 6 years and they used to work for 70 years. Now, the tenure is for 5 years. Sorry, 5 years. Now it is only for 3 years. This is the most controversial issue. Most controversial. And age is 70 years. Same year. But the age was tenure was reduced to 6 to 3 years. Okay. Reappointment was allowed here. However, there is no reappointment here. Understood? So this is the NHRC body is about. I repeat once again, chairperson previously it is only the person who is a Chief Justice of Supreme Court. Now, apart from CJI, it is also a judge of the Supreme Court can become the chairperson. A judge of the Supreme Court can become the chairperson. Number two, with respect to members, a few members now added. Okay, now it allowed three members from the human rights knowledge from the human rights domain. Ex officio members by default, previously there are some, now there are new people added, disabilities and children also added. Previously it is 5 years tenure, it is now 3 years tenure. Previously there were reappointments, now there is no reappointments. Okay, to remember this information for our examination point of view, particularly MCQ's point of view, if they want to twist the paper, they will go deep into the subject. Focus may be given to the recent appointments, recent amendments. Do remember that. Okay, so this is few important things. Let us take some questions and then we'll go ahead with that. Okay. Take 5 seconds or 10 seconds time. Then I will ask you to reply. Then only give the answer. Don't hurry to give the answer. Okay. Come on. Hello.
Hello, yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
I guess one only, sir.
Others?
Yes, sir, one only.
Others? Any third answer? Any other person? It's true. Only one. Why not two? Why two is incorrect? Yeah, Anvesha.
So because only is written.
So it even recruits Group A services, no? Group B services, no? Then it also recruits CDS, CAPF, so on and so forth, no? So that is one thing. It is wrong. Question number 2. Take 10 seconds time.
Sir, only two.
Why Aarti?
Sir, two
So
only.
actually,
Comes under Ministry of Finance.
Shekhar. Tippara Miso. Correct. Okay. Which department, Shekhar?
sir,
Revenue.
Finance.
Revenue department.
Who is the enforcement directorate right now? Director of ED.
Sanjay
yeah,
Kumar
sir.
Mishra.
Sanjay Mishra, sir.
Jeete raho, beti, jeete raho. Okay. Next question, please. Now, this is very typical one, in fact.
Yes, sir.
A is also correct.
B, I guess.
B is also
Sir,
correct.
A and B both
Yes.
correct.
As per 2019 amendment, A is also correct. Previously, it is only C is correct. Am I correct? Who is
Yes,
the
sir.
who is the NHRC chairperson right now? Any idea? AK Mishra. Previously, HL Dattu. AK Mishra. Right now. Okay. Chalo. Next question, please. What happened?
Sir, D.
Is it Aarti, right?
Yes, sir.
Let us wait. Next. Any guess? Just go ahead, guess.
Maybe C.
Sonalji, we'll wait. One more option, please. Okay, nobody's interested. Chalo. First one is correct.
D.
Ruko. First one is correct. Second one is correct. Now, let us come to the point of Aarti and C, which was given by Sonal, I guess. Now, promoting research in the field of human rights will wait. But provide economic compensation doesn't have the right, because providing economic compensation because of human rights violation means it has to give compensation to many people, not one people, many people per day. That's the reason C is eliminated, because it doesn't have an option to provide. It may request, let us say, it may request, but it doesn't have a power to provide economic compensation. So C can be eliminated comfortably, because it is providing a command, or you can say it is giving a directive. It can provide like that. Okay, it is not the thing. So C is not a function. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Chalo. Question number, last two questions.
1926.
Very good.
2026.
October 1st, you should remember. Next.
President.
Sir, President.
Ah, very good. That's end the business. I mean, that's end the story here. So here, I just want to. That's it. I think I will go for one more thing. Just a second there. Just give me a second, please. Mhm. Hope you are able to see the screen, I guess.
Yes, sir.
So just give me 10 more minutes time so that I can cover some important small issues which I already covered in my previous sessions. Just have patience. Number one, that is now India is planning to hold a quad meet in Japan. In 2022, Japan already hosted Malabar exercise. Then in 2023, we are planning to go for quad meeting by India in Japan. By meaning of quad, which includes USA, Australia, India, and Japan. They are aiming that they are trying to build up freedom of navigation, whereas China is saying it is countering China. Whatever I discussed details about quad in my year-long session, 1 year, 1.5 year current affairs in your Academy YouTube channel. Just watch it; you will get more clarity about it. Next one, we are going to have a new parliament here, and it was going to have central vista. I request you read about Article 80. Article 80. Okay, and then understand delimitation. Delimitation. Okay, then you will get a clarity. Further, Rohingya Muslims. Rohingya Muslims issue. You know very well who are Rohingyas better than me, I guess, because they are now reaching Cox Bazar. Last year, as Cox Bazar is filled with the more amount of people, a new island was selected to displace these people called as Bashan Char. So last year we expected a question but missed it last year. So work out on this Bashan Char this year. Cox Bazar location is important. Do remember that. So Rohingyas are from the Rakhine province. Rakhine province, they came here. Do remember that. Okay, small issues. Just revise them. Just revise them. So Papua New Guinea to sign a pact with US. So this is Papua New Guinea. Locate the Papua New Guinea also. So whatever the locations which are in news, I just brought them. Check out the locations of Papua New Guinea and even Fiji, which is in news because this year Hindi Summit was conducted there itself. World Hindi Summit, Fiji. So Fiji, locate them. And Solomon Islands, I guess most important islands in the last year because China had a security pact here. Solomon Islands. Understood? So whatever the locations I told to you, locate them. G7 countries because G7 summit is going to happen in Japan, particularly in a place called as Hiroshima. Okay. So locate Hiroshima. You will find 4 different islands in Japan. So locate them also. Clear, ma? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you so much for your
Yes, sir.
patience listening and looking forward for your feedback. Acha, thank you. I told you more impressed ones send me the hearts. Okay, remaining ones you can send whatever you want. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot once again, and have a great day. Enjoy your preparation. I already told you, irrespective of your success or failure, it is the attempt which is I'm happy for it. So always be like that. Try to give attempt. Try to learn anything. When people are wasting their times on temporary things, you people are sitting down and reading many things, which means you are something better than others. Trust it. Have worthy for it. Enjoy your life. Stay safe. Eat healthy and pray for me to come to Bengal. I want to eat all the food. Okay. So soon I will come to Bengal. Then we will have some party there. Okay. All the best to all of you people. Thank you so much and namaste. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.